Podketeers.
Jum jum doo 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 jum jum.
That sounds familiar.
Jum jum doo 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 jum jum.
That's like a mixture of like Strong Bad and I don't know, some song that I feel disturbed to singing.
What is that song? Sit at the map, 8 days away, dum dum doo 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 dum dum. Then rich man, poor man, living in Disneyland.
Oh, hold on. Dang it, it's on my top of my head. I
Let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. That's the song. Sly Fox is the name of the band.
Oh.
Sitting with the thinker.
Just kidding.
Trying to work it out. That's a weird song. I don't know. You know that song? You ever heard that song?
I don't think I ever have.
It starts like this. Chum chum dee 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 chum chum.
I honestly thought that you were trying to do some Strong Bad thing at first, and I was like, is he trying to sing a Disturbed song or a Korn song as Strong Bad? And then it was not the case.
I'm trying to make sure that I'm not a lunatic and I'm not mixing up two songs. So I'm trying to play
Well, let's get it straight. I think we all are.
Yes.
But we still don't want to get the song wrong.
It says it's chum chum, and then there's the diddy diddy is like a music thing.
Oh, okay. So he's not saying diddy
Chum
diddy.
chum. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Oh no! It
For
goes
those of
zini,
you
nini.
just listening, he's listening to it in the background.
He says
Yeah.
chum chum zini. Anyway, chum chum zini nini chum. Anyway, well, I don't know why that popped in my head. Sorry.
Hey, you know what? Did it make you happy?
Everybody, yeah, I guess so. Everybody go listen to Let's
Then
Go
there you
All the
go.
Way by Sly Fox.
Is it minivan friendly?
Let me look at the lyrics. Probably not. Let's see.
Scanning.
Take
Take a look at the lyrics before. Just make sure that it's for the minivan.
It doesn't look like anything questionable.
Okay.
I don't see any swears.
Okay.
Well,
Hey,
I can't even think of the rating for movies. I'm like, parental
I
guidance?
call this a PG
Whatever.
song.
PG-13.
Yeah.
Not even a
13,
13.
I think would be okay. Hey, I wanted to ask you before we jump into anything else. We're always talking about Indiana Jones needing more merchandise.
No,
I know this is not.
We need merchandise with Mara, and I say this with my finger up. And we've been saying
That's
this.
true.
Good
You
merchandise.
do say that.
Yes.
Well, I think, I think this is good merchandise. I don't know how you're gonna feel about
Is
it.
that
I
cool?
did want to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did want to see how you were gonna feel about this.
Uh-oh.
There are 2 deluxe hardcover classic Marvel comics of Indiana Jones: The Further Adventures coming later this year. These are going to be released September 30th, 2026. These are 2 deluxe hardcovers, which include all of the Marvel comics, or all of the Marvel Indiana Jones comics that were published in the 1980s, which were the adaptations of Raiders, of Temple of Doom, and this thing like a super special, a couple of editions of that, and then Last Crusade. Basically, it's kind of like graphic novels. Yeah, it's kind of like graphic novels, basically, of Indiana Jones. Is this something you would consider good merchandise?
Yes, it is. Would I buy it? No.
You don't want to spend
but it-
$75 a book?
I
They are
don't.
pricey.
I'm very picky. I'm not a reader. I'll just say it like that.
No,
I am not. But if they're Disney books and stuff where I could learn, yes. But I don't see
If it
myself
was the
buying
further
this.
adventures of the Temple of the Forbidden Eye and Sala is like
Yes!
running a business, like
If it were
That
to be like that, yeah, that'd be great. See, we would buy
I
that.
I love Indiana Jones, and I have like more than just the ride, the attraction merchandise. So I'd consider this one. I'm just so tired of the same logo and the same three phrases on the stuff. Like it's lazy. You can tell. This is actually
Yeah.
this isn't lazy. Like
No.
I would consider this depending on if I can get a good price on it. I'd consider getting these. I've never read the Indiana Jones comics, but they could be fun. I mean, I'm sure they're fun.
Yeah.
And I like comics kind of. I'm a comic adjacent. Like, I like paper merchandise. That's always fun. Stickers and posters and books and things. I like all that kind of stuff.
I brought this up, one, obviously because it's Indiana Jones, and I know you both love your indie stuff, but also you were recently on a crusade to get those Muppet comic books, so I figured, like, all right, well,
Right.
indie comic books, like, this could be like right up your alley, right? But I mean, I get it. It is one of those items that will take up some shelf space. These are fairly large books. If you're into graphic novels and comics, I think it is worth collecting them, especially
Absolutely, yeah.
if you, one, just love Marvel stuff, also love Indiana Jones. I've seen a lot of the Marvel adaptations of stuff. Like, I have a lot of the Marvel adaptations that they did for, like, the Haunted Mansion, Big Thunder
Yeah.
Mountain. Like, those are all ones that I collected. This is probably not one that I would pick up, but I figured, I'm gonna bring it to the table, see how they feel, and, like, maybe somebody else out there will be watching and think, hey, I should get this for myself.
Check back with us in September. Watch us have it on pre-order.
This just reminded me of the Weird Al comic that I was going to buy. I don't
There's a
remember
Weird
if
Al comic?
So just like they did the Muppets, like, variant covers of Marvel things,
Yeah.
or whatever it is, these are Weird Al variant covers of DC comics. So there's Weird Al and then totally normal Al Yankovic that covers.
Totally normal.
What's
Yeah.
normal?
It's just like him in a suit with his hair back and stuff. It's kind of funny, but I want the
That's funny.
the two comics. I forgot about them. I was going to look at the comic book store and then I forgot.
What were they variants for?
Batman, Superman, World's Finest, number 50, and Bizarro, number 1.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I just found one of the covers. Here, let me.
So it's funny because, like,
Oh, here they are.
it's
Actually,
like
here's both of
normal
them.
Superman and normal Batman with Weird Al, and then Bizarro Superman and Bizarro Batman with normal Al.
These are. Actually, this is a pretty bad image. It's pretty pixelated. Let me see if I can find a better version. Okay, well, there's this one. There's a comic book shop that has them. I wonder if I search Weird Al if I'll find both of them, or do I have to search for normal Al?
I'm sure they'll both come up if you look up Weird Al. I don't. There's only that, and
It
then
did
like
not. Well, that's a bummer.
here. How about I give you?
Thought I had them available here. I did not. Oh, let's try this one. This looks like someone posted it on Instagram. Oh, Alfred Yankovic
Oh, what a
posted it
guy.
on Instagram. All right, here, let me share this. And
Straight from
boom.
the source.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't I just check there first? So here's the totally normal Al Yankovic cover,
With Bizarro Batman
Okay.
and Bizarro Superman.
which, yeah, I like that one. And then here is the
I love
Weird
that
Al
one.
cover. Look at Superman. He's all happy.
Batman's not having any of it.
Batman never has anything at all. But you could see Superman just bouncing around back there, lump sad alone on a bench in the park. That's great. I love it. When did these come out?
It was like 3 months ago.
Oh, 3 months ago.
It was like a while ago.
Wow. I had no idea these even existed. Well, there you go. If you're a comic book collector, here's one more thing for you to collect.
Yep, exactly. I am as we speak buying the Weird Al one because it's cheap.
Nice.
Hey, take advantage.
You did it.
Well, cheap-ish.
I was gonna say cheap these days.
It's cheap adjacent.
It's less than $10 with shipping.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If it'll let me log into eBay, I guess I'm gonna have to do this later.
Listen, in this economy, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, I saw Hoppers this week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I remember when we first saw the trailer for Hoppers, the idea of the whole switching brains with an animal looked interesting to me, and I thought like, wow, how are they going to pull this off? I don't remember how much more they said in the trailer, so I don't want to like talk too much about the process. But what I do want to say is that, one, I enjoyed the heck out of that movie so much. It is such a great film. It's really interesting because in the cutesiness of the interactions with the animals when the brain swap happens and everything, you're like, as like outside of the film, right? Like me, human Heyzen, is like wondering, like, I wonder how much of this, like, even through nonverbal communication or like their own type of communication, do things like this actually happen? Because when you think of ants, for instance, right? You think of these films and how they all come together to get the grasshoppers and overturn and stuff like that. That's a real life thing that can happen in real life, right? Like, you communicate, you organize, you get together. It happens in ants. And in this one, you see them communicating, you see them organizing. They have their own little areas where they live and all that stuff. But overall, the film is this really interesting it's this really interesting take on nature and humanity and like everything coming. I'm trying to make sure that I don't give too much of the movie away. But it is an interesting. It's interesting to see the parallels of what's happening in our world right now with so many parts of nature getting destroyed, and seeing how there's data centers going up, and why I don't know if either of you have seen this, but in our area here, there's a lot of wildlife that should not be in our area. They've come down from the mountains. Like in our area, we're seeing a lot more foxes running around. We're seeing skunks running around. We're seeing, there's been a lot of snakes just kind of out on the street. And all these are coming down from the mountains that are, 20 minutes away from here. And when you think about global warming and how businesses do things or cities grow, the infrastructure that's put into place to make our lives easier, I don't think that outside of the film, like in real life, a lot of like humans really care what it does to nature or wildlife or anything like that, right? So the film itself is this really interesting revelation and commentary on how our world affects nature, right? And I think it's I don't know, they do it in a really cute story, but it's a really relevant one in the way that we're seeing people fight back and stand up for the things that they believe in, and showing you that there's hope in fighting for something bigger than you.
Nice.
You know, so overall, I would say one, I didn't even know that it was on Disney Plus. It looks like it just got added. Yeah, my wife and my kids said, "Hey, let's watch this film," and I was like, all right, I didn't even know it was on." So, if you have an opportunity to watch it, watch it. It is really well done. Obviously, there's a lot of one-liners that are super funny. Tom the Lizard, I think his name is Tom. The whole like lizard,
Right.
lizard, is actually an expanded scene. It's not just the lizard part. There's a whole other part of that makes it kind of even funnier to me. It just happens that Tom became kind of like the mascot of that because it was the funniest one, and then he ended up in Fortnite and all that stuff. But yeah, I totally recommend it. I think again, it's a really interesting commentary of our world. So once you both watch it, I would love to hear what you each have to say about it, and if you found or drew any of those parallels as well. So
It kind of sounds like see, I haven't seen that yet. I've seen Swapped and on Netflix, and
Which one's
it's something
Swapped?
similar, but not similar at the same time. It's kind of like it's
Two
all
animals
animals.
swap.
Yeah,
Is that the idea? This swapped.
they swapped they swap bodies, but they get to learn about each other, like their families and whatnot. And they
oh,
kind
it's
of
like
like
a
work
Freaky
together.
Friday sort of
Yeah.
situation.
Freaky Friday, but
Yeah.
with animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks fun. That's cool. I was just looking at the description and some of these
I'll definitely.
screenshots.
I'll have to watch it. I'll have to watch Hoppers.
Starring
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan, Juno Temple,
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan, Cedric. the
Oh, I'm
Entertainer.
in. Michael B. Jordan is like a
Mhm.
gem in every film that he's in. So it's a Skydance film. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, I'm telling you, Hoppers. It's I mean, there's some stuff in there that I feel like is AI adjacent.
Mhm.
You know that I don't just watch it. We'll talk about it after you guys have seen it.
Okay.
All
More.
right.
I don't want to give too much away, but you guys want to see a fun video? Speaking of lizards,
Sure.
this
Yeah.
is not a lizard.
I was
But
gonna say, is it a lizard video?
it's not necessarily a lizard. But I thought this was a fun video. It looks like this became a trend, actually. I hadn't seen this before, but it was mothers and their children dressed as Rapunzel and Pascal. And so
Oh, I might have seen.
I might actually have to mute the
Oh.
audio for this, but
Flower, clean and close.
if you're just if you're just
It's
listening,
horrifying.
yeah, there's a child. I'm gonna mute this. There's a child with a like green paint on their face and these giant googly eye looking things,
Sticking her
and they're just
tongue
like
out.
sticking their
Just
tongue out. While the mom has a yellow blanket over her head, and she's like brushing the
Oh my
yellow
gosh.
blanket.
That's
But yeah, there
cute.
are some that were even more terrifying. Actually, I'll bring up another one.
Okay.
Look at
I
this
love
one right
the
here.
eyes on
Same
that
song.
kid.
They're using the same audio
Sure.
clip, but here's another one.
The kid's painted green and it has like paper cups on their
Paper cups,
face
yeah.
as eyes.
They look like giant K-cups on their eyeballs.
I
But this
love
child also has like their hands painted green,
it. Yeah.
and so this one looks even more horrifying with the big googly eyes.
I think it's
So-
hilarious.
I think it's a funny trend. I got a kick out of it. There were others as well. There were like some that were dressing as Moana and Hey
Aw.
and stuff. So it's fun. I like seeing videos that are just kind of goofy like that.
It's just funny how the kids are just sticking out their tongues.
Sticking out their
just-
Yeah,
tongue.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, that's what he does.
2 big bottles of water.
For reals. Oh, too cute.
Let's see. Did I tell you that I had this idea of I don't know if I saw it somewhere, but I wanted to get like 2-foot googly eyes and like paste them on the front of my car,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
so that
Please
while
do
I was
it.
driving, they were just like
Yeah.
wiggling around like that. I thought it'd be hilarious. Let's see. What do we got? There was a good. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. So, listen, Taylor Swift,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
new song for Toy Story.
Oh, right.
There was some advertising that was going on
Mm-hmm.
that started hinting that this was potentially coming. There was this billboard that popped up in a few locations, I think, but this is the one that most people were
It's that
referencing.
TS and that's the Toy Story font, and then it's got the
It's Toy Story.
wallpaper, the Toy Story
Yeah.
wallpaper.
That's what I see.
Disney Pixar
So-
Toy Story.
And
TS.
that's really what most people, especially Disney fans, would see, right?
Mhm.
So Taylor Swift has this history of creating all these Easter eggs for a lot of her releases, and whether they're in her posts, other people's posts that she's working with. This was no exception.
Mm-hmm.
This on TikTok, I don't know if Instagram has the ability to do this, but on TikTok, if you search Taylor Swift's name about 3 days prior to this like imagery kind of
Mhm.
becoming popular, if you search her name, little Toy Story clouds or clouds that people started associating with, oh wow, those look like the Toy Story clouds, started floating around the screen. It's a common animation thing that TikTok does when you do searches.
Oh.
Then Apple Music, Spotify, really all of the major like labels. In the 1989 vinyl, I'll take my
Don't
word
tell
for it.
me there's a cloud.
No, so in
Oh.
the, no, there's here, I'll grab it. There's, I can't grab it. It's gonna go further. Everything's gonna.
Please
fall
don't
back.
hurt yourself either.
More importantly, I'm gonna break the vinyl.
Please don't.
Oh no, here it is.
Okay.
So in the Taylor's version, there's seagulls.
Yeah.
You see the seagulls?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So those seagulls on all the music services were replaced with tiny little clouds. So whenever you search for this specific album, like Taylor's version, it had the little clouds instead of the seagulls. But more importantly, it had 13 clouds, and 13 is a number that a lot of people associate with Taylor Swift. And so people are like, "Wait a second, what is this? What does this mean? Like those little clouds look familiar. They look like the Toy Story clouds." And people started speculating at that point, oh, Taylor Swift's going to release. Or no, the speculation was that she was going to be a character in Toy Story. So then this billboard pops up, right? And then everybody's like, this is it. This is confirmation that Taylor Swift is going to be a character in Toy Story because she owns the trademark to the TS specifically like that. That's how it's a marketing thing.
Oh.
And then this video popped up that Pixar and Toy Story both posted to their accounts where they had a tiny Jessie just dancing in front of the billboard.
Mm-hmm.
Cute.
And so people were like, wait a second. Is she going to be Emily? Is she going to be Andy's mom? You know, is that where this is coming from? And so the speculation started running rampant after this. And then there were other things tied to it where people caught wind that Bad Bunny was going to be in the film and that Bad Bunny was a character. He's going to be like a little pizza slice or something like that, like Pizza Eyes or something. I don't remember what the character name is. And so then everybody's like, okay, so Bad Bunny, so that means Taylor Swift really is a character. And then it just turned out that she was releasing a song for the soundtrack. It was a song called I Knew It, I Knew You. And there were multiple posts from her accounts, for the Taylor Nation accounts, where they were going to allow you to pre-order CDs there were 3 variants in true Taylor Swift fashion where you could purchase one of the 3 variants for $5, I think, a piece. They were only available for 24 hours or while supplies last. And after that, they released vinyls.
Oh.
The same 3, but on vinyl for 24 hours. And so, obviously, it's a marketing thing. And I didn't get any of those. I didn't bother to even attempt them this time. But yeah, looks like she's got a song. That's what it was. It is not. I don't think she's gonna be a character at least at this point. Nothing is pointing to her being a character. Can they still surprise us and somehow she ends up being a character in the film? Possibly. But it looks like everything was all kind of tied to this one song, this one single, and
it'll be in the movie.
200 variants. Like. Yeah, 200 variants of the song in true Taylor fashion.
And so I did see some of this discourse before the announcement was made, and a lot of people were like, Taylor Swift owns the copyright to TS, and I was like, no, people, like, she has some TS copyrights, but it has to be very specific. There is somebody that like went into a whole thing about like, here's what's registered and here's what this. You can't just copyright or register 2 letters without being very specific. I could make a TS thing if I wanted.
Like the TLDR is basically when you trademark a word mark, it has to be shown in a specific way.
Like that
is
font,
my understanding.
that
Like the same
angle,
font,
that whatever.
Because that's your brand being represented by that.
Right.
And so if you had the same letters but in a different configuration, in a different font, it's not necessarily breaking copyright or trademark laws, especially if it's not in the same type of business, or if it's not, if it can't be confused for your trademark. So that's where the discourse really was coming from. And but obviously people made the immediate connection, and from a marketing standpoint, that's what they wanted.
Well, and that was the whole point, right?
Exactly. And it was successful. They did their job.
So it's making hype for the movie, and that's what they want. So
yeah,
we'll see. I mean, has anybody listened to the song?
I have.
Okay. I think I heard, like, I think I maybe started listening to some of it. Kind of like sounds like that 2000s pop country. Like,
it's
kind of ballady.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like 2 other songs that she kind of has already, like, mixed together. But yeah, it's a song. It's good. It's good. It's okay. You know, I think it hasn't grown on me. I don't know if maybe I'm just still sour from the last album, but I was just not a fan of her last album. There's probably, like, the 3 songs that are played the most are, I think, at one point or another, they've kind of, like, swished around in my head, like The Fate of Ophelia and Elizabeth Taylor and Opalite are, at some point or other, I've kind of thought, like, oh, you know, I've had the tune in my head or something. But the rest of the album, like, it's one of the only albums of hers that the rest of it is kind of like meh, at least to me. I know that people are going to hear that and they're going to be angry, but, like, to me, the rest of the album is just kind of like whatever.
People have different tastes.
Yeah, and I like it. I mean, listen, I have a bunch of her stuff, okay? I'm a fan. It's just like, I'm just not a fan of that particular album.
Yeah.
And I've given it a chance. Like, I remember when it released, like, I listened to it and I immediately didn't like it. And then I thought, all right, well, maybe I'm just not in the right mind space, because there was all this other discourse and stuff going on with, like, her merchandise and all that stuff. And I thought, all right, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna try to give this some time. And then figure all this out. And then I heard it about a month and a half later, and I still felt the same. I said, all right, strike two. And then I gave it some time again and recently heard the album again. And I thought, yep, don't like the album. And so after 3 attempts, the same 3 songs are still kind of like the most decent on there for me. And after that, I'm just kind of like, whatever. So, but that's enough Taylor Swift talk for today.
Toy Story 5.
Toy Story 5, June 19th,
That's
coming to a theater near
That's
you.
pretty soon.
Pixar, pay us.
That's next week.
There's a... Remember, did I tell you about Danhausen?
Dan Housen?
Hausen.
Thousand.
Oh, I haven't talked about Danhausen? Oh, my
Danhausen.
goodness.
I don't think so.
Okay, so listen.
Is this
So
another
there's-
wrestling thing?
It is a wrestling thing. It made me think about it. It made me think about it right now because of how I said a specific thing a moment ago. But Danhausen is like a comedy wrestling act
Okay.
where he's painted all white. He's kind of painted like a vampire demon sort of thing, but he's very campy. Like his music sounds like the Munsters theme song, and like he's got like the Danhausenettes that come out with him. They're like Danhausen, da 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 da, and his catchphrase is like very evil, very nice. And so that like he comes out every week. Actually, they're really putting him out there. He has become like a cornerstone of the wrestling shows recently because he's been one of the most entertaining things on there.
Mm-hmm.
But he really caught wind recently because he went on ESPN and he cursed. Like his main thing is that he curses people. He's like, "You are cursed." You know, and so he curses people and then they have bad luck and they lose all their matches and stuff like that. And so I joked that I wanted to have a Teamboat Willie version of Danhausen cursing people so that I could send it to like a text message and have Danhausen say, his thing is that if you don't want to be cursed or if you want him to lift a curse, you have to pay him in human monies, is what he says, like in human monies. And I don't know why I thought like that cadence made me think after the Taylor Swift thing. I was like, oh, maybe it's just a human monies thing. And so I created a GIF, and I'm gonna show it to you quickly, but I'm not gonna post it as I originally intended because the company, I guess, can be very litigious, and so I don't want any part of that. But remember, I'm showing you this as a comedic value sort of situation. I am not using this to in any way make money or human monies, so to speak. Oh man, where did I send this?
I like his makeup. I'm like, I could do that easily.
So it looks fun, right?
It's
I'm telling you,
fun. Honestly,
But
like
the-
this, it's Halloween makeup.
it is. And that's the thing, I'm telling you, he's very campy. He's
Yeah.
very like his whole shtick is just funny. Oh man, where did I leave this?
Yeah, it definitely
thought-
it definitely harks back to the Munsters and just
Are you listening to it?
no. I'm just looking at his makeup and his like his outfits and what
Let's
he
see.
wears.
I'm look up his theme.
Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna show it to you on my phone. But oh, that's too bright. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna bring it up on screen here. But I made this version of him, where it's an animated GIF, and it says, "Make donations to Teamboat Willie, or else you are cursed."
I
Right?
like
So
it.
it's like
Donation
that-
Housen.
Oh, a donation housing, yes. Make donation housing to Teamboat Willie, or else you are cursed.
I like
And that's his whole shtick. And so it made me think about that. Anyway, make a donation to Teamboat Williehausen. We're raising money to help find cures and fund research for eliminating cancer. So teamboatwillie.com is how you can do that. We're currently raising money as part of Walk for Hope.
His theme song is like basically Rock Lobster.
It kind of sounds like it. I'm telling you, his whole shtick is campy. He
I like
has
it.
he has like the Hausen mobile is like a coffin. It's like a
Mm-hmm.
golf cart that
Nice.
looks like like a coffin, right? When he was first introduced, he was delivered in a crate, and people that kind of knew him from other organizations like thought it was kind of fun. But I remember the day that he debuted, nobody knew who he was, and everybody was like booing and like, "What is this?" Like they thought it was gonna be somebody else. Um, what? Why did I bring it up? I'm
Because you
trying. I
heard
got so
something.
excited. I did, but I was trying to remember why I brought it up. I got so excited about showing you the animated GIF, and I got thrown off. Um,
Hey, we got Team Bo Willie out there, so there we go.
well, it's that, and then I know that you have like the Goth Marketplace that also reminded me of that. So we'll talk about that in a moment as well.
Yep.
Um, oh, the reason he came up recently is because WWE has been putting him out there so much that they've been WWE has a deal with ESPN
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
where they screwed over Peacock and they moved all their pay-per-view stuff to ESPN and their app. And because of that, a lot of the wrestlers appear on ESPN a lot. Danhausen was on there, and Stephen A. Smith angered him, and he's all like, "You know what? You are cursed." And so he cursed Stephen A. Smith, and he was like, I forgot what team he was going for, and so his team lost because of this curse that Danhausen put on him. And so everybody was angry, and the opposing team was like, "Hey, if we send you human monies, will you uncurse our team?" And he's like, "I'll think about it." And so they sent him money, and he's all like, "All right, fine." And so he uncursed them because he got human monies. And so other people are now asking him to curse the Cavaliers because they were facing the Knicks. You know, again, also, oh, I think that's what it was. Stephen A. Smith is a Cavaliers fan or something like that. I get mixed up. Sports, right? And so he cursed the Cavs or the Cavaliers, and then they've been losing. Like the
They
Knicks
have.
are like they're winning since like
Yep.
1989 or 1979. I don't know what it is, but apparently the Knicks are now in the finals. They're potentially going to win a championship because of Danhausen's curse, and so everybody's like freaking out. And they're like, the curse is real, and Danhausen this, and so he's become pretty mainstream, especially to sports fans, and some people absolutely hate him because they're like, "Well, I don't believe in curses." They're like, "Don't you though? Don't sports fans believe in curses?" Because
Most
the Cubs
sports
have a
fans
pretty
do.
famous curse,
Yep.
if you ask me. So
Yep.
there's a lot of teams that consider
Yep.
themselves cursed because of something. So do you really think it's silly? What about all those like, "Oh, I never wash my jersey throughout the whole season, or
I
else
only
like it's
wear
bad
blue
luck," or like
pants,
like
and
these socks that I'm wearing, I've never washed in the 22 years that I've played in them. They're crusty for a reason. Who knows? So of course there's
Oh, that's
superstition.
just gross.
But that's I don't know if that's a thing. But that's what makes this curse thing so fun because people are really like getting into it, right? And seeing the people of New York, it feels like New York is absolutely winning right now,
Yeah,
right?
they're
Like with
up.
all the stuff that happened, yeah. Like the fun thing that was tied to all of that was Mayor Mamdani signed an official ordinance where kids uh, had to have their bedtimes extended so that they could watch the championship games or the finals or something like that for the Knicks because it was like
Yeah.
such a big deal. And I saw the video where he was signing the ordinance and he's like, oh, with all these little kids. And I didn't realize that he was at this like tiny desk
or like a school
signing
desk,
it.
like
Yeah, at a school. But it had like the seal
yeah.
of the mayor. I thought it was so funny. Anyway, Danhausen says, donation Hausen, Teamboat Willie, um, human monies, all that good stuff. Go donate. Yeah. Speaking of goth and speaking of fun stuff, Mel, why don't you
Yeah.
tell us about your marketplace before we thank a special group of listeners?
Yeah. Well, I could still give a really good thank you to FGP Squad Heather. Can't wait to see you. Um, because again, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be involved with this or have taken a chance to apply. So this upcoming Saturday the 13th between 12 and 4, I will be out there in downtown Santa Ana, and we're going to be fundraising for baby Silas, for Silas's Hope for Haunt for Hope. Tomato. Okay. No, but all jokes aside, we're all fundraising in baby Silas's honor and his memory. And there's going to be lots of cool stuff to see, do, look, enjoy, eat, buy. I mean, I'm going to be there with a bunch of cool stuff. I'm actually making a lot of new things, which has been fun because I've been able to make stuff with like bats, spiders, skulls. I'm like, yes, it's not even October. Like, I don't want that reason. Like, I want to do this stuff now. So, come by, check it out. The only thing is that the event is asking for a $10 minimum donation. Again, all of that money goes towards Chalk Walk, and the teams. And so it's all for a good cause. And like I said, I will be there. Jill will be there. Heather will be there. There's going to be a lot more awesome people there. Come by. Come by, say
Yay!
hi. Enjoy yourself.
Yes. Details are available on screen at the moment. If you are interested, they will be available. It's on screen now, but it is going to be at the Dr. Willela Howe Waffle House and Medical Museum at 120 West Civic Center Drive in Santa Ana. Again, June 13th from 12 to 4. It's for a good cause. Go check it out. We are excited. At least Mel, if I can't make it, try to get video of the slider demos.
Oh, of course.
They're not burger sliders. They are sliders on their knees.
Well, we don't know if they're both of them will be there.
Will
we
they
know
be
at least
maybe they're sliders.
we know at least the spooky sliders will be there, but will the other sliders be there? We don't know.
Maybe.
We don't know if food
Maybe-
trucks are going to be there yet. So
Maybe it's like at Sonic where they're on rollerblades or roller skates and they're delivering your food.
yeah,
The sliders deliver your sliders.
right.
Because we know the place itself is not a Waffle House restaurant.
Right.
Correct.
It's the name of the person.
lady's
We've
name
already
is-
established that,
is-
right?
Yeah.
But the sliders are
Is
still on the
waffle.
table. Will they sell waffles? Maybe. There
don't know.
might be vendors. At the last event that Mel was at, they had animals and they had
Yeah.
people making pancake art, and who knows if there's going to be that this time. You just have to go and find out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then you make a donation, and then it benefits Chalk Walk, and it
Yep.
benefits a great cause.
And if there's
and-
hamburger sliders there, I'm going to look real smart.
SMRT. SMRT. Smart.
Oh, man.
All right, well, let's take a moment to thank a very special group of listeners and viewers, our podcast Fairy Godparents, also known as the FGP Squad, because it's their support via Patreon that help make these episodes of Podketeers possible. For more information on how you can become part of the FGP Squad family, we invite you to go to podketeers.com/FGP. On that page, you'll find some general information about what the FGP Squad is all about, a list of some of our top contributors, a link, of course, to our Patreon. But in short, being a part of the FGP Squad family gets you some additional perks like access to additional content that we've uploaded to Patreon, a special section of our Discord, random giveaways, discount codes for new Podketeers gear, all sorts of stuff. So if you're interested, again, podketeers.com/FGP is where you want to start that journey. And of course, to all of the members of the FGP Squad, we just want to send a huge thank you for your continued support. Since we're talking about links, this is a great time to remind you that podketeers.com/links is your one-stop shop for all those Podketeer linking needs. Because on that page, you're going to find information for our latest episode, a link to the Quizneyland playlist, of course, a link to the FGP Squad over our Patreon link. You'll find any fundraisers that we're running with our official charity team, Team Vote Willie. a link to our YouTube channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subs over on YouTube. So if you haven't had a chance to subscribe, we would totally love it if you just head on over to YouTube, hit that sub, maybe use all 12 of those Gmail accounts that are just sitting around. But if you turn alerts on one of them, it would help us even more. It would be great. Leave a few likes, maybe some comments. You can join the conversation. We would truly appreciate it. Hitting that road to 1,000. We're a little over like 640, I think.
We're over
is where we were.
650.
Nice.
Woo!
That's even better. So we're over 650. We're over halfway there. Almost at 1,000. Help us out if you can. And yeah, join the conversation there. You'll also find a link to our Armchair Imagineering playlist over on the links page. Those are some super fun episodes where we get a chance to put our Imagineer hats on and do whatever we want with the parks. Just lift everything up, roller coaster tycoon style, and place it wherever we want. Everybody doesn't like it when I do that, but guess what? It's my brain. I'll do whatever I want. I'll move the park however I want. So check them out. Those are fun. We got more of those coming up soon. So podketeers.com/links. Now let's get back to the show. What were we last? Hey, before I forget, did you get the koozie thingy that I sent you? Since we're talking about Teamboat Willie? Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Here it
I was
is.
concerned that it wasn't going to make it in one piece, but what do you think?
This thing's pretty rugged. I don't think this thing's
Right?
going anywhere.
Right?
No, I like
So
it.
so now that it's in your hands, what do you think? Because I was kind of psyched about it, but I also made it. Again, not my design. I did use a design that
printed
already
it.
existed. All I did was I created the little Teamboat Willie logo and I added that to it. But what do you think
It's
of
pretty
it?
cool. It's
Nice,
like
right?
it's like you bought it at a store. It's
All right.
Yeah, now I got to get a soda and stick in there.
Nice.
I had a Dr.
like it.
Pepper in there.
I was considering making a handful of those to just give out as thank yous.
Mm-hmm.
But then I also started wondering if I could make something like a Scream canister.
Oh, from
Like the Monsters, Inc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that would look kind of cool as
That
well.
would.
So I haven't made that one yet, but that's
sure
on my
it's out
list
there,
this
yeah.
week. Yeah, that's on my list this week to try to make. Hopefully in the next week or two, I'll have a prototype to show you, and then we'll have some fun with that one. But speaking of monsters, big news over at the Walt Disney Worlds.
Uh-huh.
Because I got a newspaper article and everything. What was the headline? Human Day is a go.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me just share this because this was kind of fun. Human. It's an acronym.
Human
don't you
from the
know?
Monstropolis Horn, Monstropolis' largest newspaper.
Bam. Do you want to read this, Andrew?
Sure. Human Day is a Go, or Human, by A. Gonzalez and M. Ledette. Following months of planning, growling, and grumbling, the Department of Human Relations has a win on their books. The historic decision has been made to move ahead with the Humans Understand Monsters Are Nice, or Human Day initiative. Plans are in progress to introduce human beings to the city of Monstropolis in its scaly, furred, and winged glory. For generations, monsters believed that even though humanity's screams powered our city, a single touch from even the smallest human could be lethally toxic. A recent discovery by James P. Sullivan, CEO of Monsters, Inc., has disproven the long-standing belief. In fact, human laughter is 10 times more powerful than their screams. With Human Day, the Department of Human Relations sets an ambitious and still controversial goal: to open our doors not to scare, but to show how much we care for humans, despite their lack of scales.
Well, there you go.
Need a subscription or having trouble getting... That's the...
So Human Day is a go. Of course, in order to go see this once it's officially open and everything. You will have to pay human monies, $140 to 200 depending on what day you go, unless you have a magic key or something. But remember, human monies are involved.
They have annual passes over at Disney World. They don't have.
Oh, they don't have magic keys.
No, they have annual passes like normal people.
They have the OG. Yeah, unless you don't, then again, 140 to 200 depending on the day that you go. But
I don't think it's up to
monies.
200 yet, but close.
It's like 190 something, isn't
For a
it?
1 day ticket to Hollywood Studios?
I thought so.
Not for that. No.
I thought it was close to $200 for a single day at Hollywood Studios now.
I will tell you, 139 to 194. Jeepers creepers.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
For
I
a
thought
small
it had gone up.
park.
That is bananas. Anyway, some people are analyzing this newspaper, and they're like, you can see up at the top it says page 8, column 15, and page 8, column 15. That refers to August 15th, which is when D23 is happening, and that's the parks panel, and they're gonna announce the restaurant menu and what's gonna be happening at the Globe Theater. Like, ooh.
That's like Taylor Swift conspiracy newspapering right there.
Boy.
I like it. Yeah, I mean, whether that is true or not, I'm going to choose to believe that it's true.
I mean, I don't see why
primarily
it
because
wouldn't be true.
I love Easter eggs like that, and it just
Yeah.
seems to match up. And sometimes those fun Easter eggs just make the world go round in a much nicer way. So I'm going to choose to believe that they're true.
Nice.
I mean, it doesn't
like
harm
it.
anybody.
Yeah. That's what
There
I'm
was a
saying.
video that I saw today and I forgot to send over as a guy that I don't know if he worked in the parks or whatever. He was on some tour of the land under construction, and he had some information that he got from some folks just talking about like the Globe Theater. The show inside the Globe Theater is going to be like monsters recreating the first time monsters and humans met or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
And so they'll be like monsters dressed up as humans sort of thing. And supposedly there's going to be a billboard with the Mike Wazowski on it, and then his face is going to be covered, just like the Mike Wazowski. We always see Mike Wazowski in print form as being covered up.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
funny. Did I send you, since we're talking about humans and stuff and Monsters Inc., did I ever send you the video, the comedy video that a creator made of, it looks like Boo telling the story, but in like a true crime fashion?
Oh, I think I sent that to you.
Did you send it?
I think so.
Maybe, because I know I sent it to like multiple people.
Oh, of
So
course.
I don't know if I saw it from you and then I sent it to other people, but if you're saying you sent it, that's probably what happened. Let me quickly find it, and then play it because it's kind of funny. Wait, I'm trying to remember, Mel. Was there any bad language in there?
I cannot recall.
Oh, I can't recall either.
I can't recall, but I'm pretty sure.
Well, good thing we're not
If there
live.
was
We can just edit stuff.
Yeah, but still,
Because I would definitely tell you when it's not podcast safe.
yeah, I'm gonna go with. I think it's funny enough that I want to play it, but if there is any bad language, which I don't think there was, I'm just gonna go ahead and bleep it out, or I'll silence the audio, so that you don't hear it. But let me see. Is this coming up here? Nope, that is not. This
Or
is
maybe
riveting
we could just
audio
do a
and
little
video,
bit, like
isn't
a
it?
snippet.
Doop.
I'm trying to
Oh,
find
this
that
is-
Monsters Inc. video I was talking about. This?
Try to send this to myself right now, and it is just not updating.
Or this?
Did you find it?
No, I did not.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I'm not going to play this video. It's just not cooperating with me right now.
And you know what? It's a sign. It is totally a sign. Just
Maybe that's what it is.
it may be.
Let me see.
Apparently
I'll try
we're
one
wrong.
more thing here. I'm going to try one more thing here. Okay. Well, I found the creator,
Mm-hmm.
but I can't find the specific video that they did. Yeah, maybe I'm not going to show it. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a sign.
Yeah.
Oh, no, here it is. All right.
Yay.
Well, I found it. Again, I'm going to do my best to filter out if anything happens, but the whole premise of the video was, what if Monsters, Inc. was a true crime documentary? So here is...
Oh, I remember watching this.
It was real. My name is Boo. I am 27 years old. And in 2001, I was abducted in my sleep from my childhood bedroom.
I was 2 years old. I was just mastering the word kitty.
I was not equipped for what was to come. My abductors were two mutant creatures, one of which was 9 foot tall and had two little horns, and the other one was just a little freak. The story has gotten so big and so out of hand, and they've done a great job reframing it, and nobody asked my side of the story. The entire GDP of their world ran on the screams of terrified children. They wanted me scared. I was smuggled through interdimensional portals like a carry-on bag. I was dressed up in a cute little costume while I was in custody. Randall. They always reminded me of Bobby Flay, and they presented all of this like we were some sort of chosen family, as if I had a choice. And the worst part of this all is I know my monster is still out there. Yeah, probably giving TED Talks or something. I can only assume. What if the monster at the back...
I thought that was interesting, and I have to say that if that was truly a Hulu documentary, I would 100%
I would
This
watch.
is that's what they
I
should
would
be
so
doing
watch.
is fake documentaries. I
Yes.
would watch all of them.
So, by the way, I guess we were right. There
Hey.
was a little
Okay.
bit of language in there, but they
was
took care of...
pre-beeped.
Yeah, it was pre-beep, so
Yep.
it worked out. It's kind of nice. So I thought that was pretty funny. Let's see. What else do we got? Oh, hey, let's keep the monsters theme going here. But let's talk about monsters and ghouls and ghosts. And let's talk about the Haunted Mansion for a moment.
Yeah.
Because
Haunted Mansion.
there was this really interesting video,
Mhm.
Andrew, that you sent us
Yeah,
earlier
yeah.
this week. Do you want to talk about it before I play this? Do you wanna, set
Yeah, I'm
us up
sure
here?
a lot of folks have seen this. I mean, if you haven't, it's crazy. From what I've read, there was some sort of e-stop on the Haunted Mansion, and through reading some of the stuff, I guess there was some people that were getting evac'd by cast members at some point, and they saw these people walking past them, and then later on, as they're still sitting there waiting, the lights are up, and then there's an announcement that says something like, "We can't help you. Just get out of the doom buggy. Like, here, we can play it, and you'll hear what's going on." And everybody's kind of like wandering around the Haunted Mansion. It's crazy.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to play it. This is about a 30-second clip. Super weird.
Once again, for all of my guests inside the Haunted Mansion, we can no longer assist you at this time. We ask that you hop out of your buggy and find the nearest exit. If you can, there is a latch on the left-hand side that you can press down to open the clamshell.
There's just people, they're in the graveyard just walking around, climbing out of doom buggies, while like all the tombstones are still shaking and
Yeah.
everything's
this
going
is-
along.
This is such an interesting video for a multitude of reasons.
Right.
we've seen these emergency stop videos where people are behind the scenes on an attraction, and you know, to be honest, I've always wanted to be part of an evac process on an attraction, especially the Haunted Mansion. Like, that's always been like, it's kind of my dream, right? But what makes this one interesting is that usually when you see these types of videos, you see cast members coming up, they remove you from the vehicle, they walk you to a certain point, if not almost all the way off of the attraction, or they kind of pass you off to another cast member so that you can go through the corridors or whatever emergency exits there are for the attraction. And what makes this one interesting is the fact that you hear a cast member in the background saying, like, we can't help you anymore, or like along those lines, which is not a common thing to hear from a cast member.
Right.
So at first, I remember watching this and thinking, I wonder if this is AI. Not the evacuation process, but the voiceover. Is the voiceover AI? And so I sent it to a buddy of mine, and I said, hey, what do you think? Do you think this is AI? And I think you guys said the same thing, that, I mean, it lines up to what they're saying, right? They're saying, you know, open the Doom Buggy, there's a thing on the left. But who's to say that you can't line up what you're saying? You know, you're watching a video, you can edit it however you want. You can write a script for what you want the AI to say, or you edit the audio to sound like it's coming over a loudspeaker, and then you can just impose it over the video, right? And because it's already shot in portrait mode and all that stuff, it looks like it was part of the video, right? So especially when I see things like this, I'm a little bit more skeptical to think whether or not they were real, especially because it's not a common practice for cast members to do that. Mel, I mean, whenever you're training to evac somebody from an attraction, like, there's like really strict rules for stuff like that, right?
Yeah, there's very strict rules. There's guidelines and protocols that you have to follow in order to evac, you know, safely, because number one key is safety first.
Yeah.
That's usually the thing, and they'll get on you if you don't. I'm not saying get on you, but they'll make sure that you know what you're talking about and doing in case there's an emergency.
It's just so strange.
Can I'm sorry. I try to keep a straight face because this is like this is a nightmare. This is the kind of stuff I feel would be a nightmare, and the reason I say that is because as you're walking, you know, down that little particular place, there's so many mats on the floor to hide the wires and different things. That's what I was told. Like, when I got to walk it, they were very like adamant on watching where you're walking because of the different displays and different things that you see, like on both aisles or both sides of the Doom Buggy. And I really wish that they walked. I mean, if there was a way, I don't know what the situation is. I mean, it could be an emergency, it could be whatever happened, you know. But staff is always, I want to say, you have to be staffed for like the bare bones. So it's kind of sad, and I don't want to, not, it just looks bad. I wish they didn't say that to open the clamshell, you just have to do this. That shouldn't be general information. Because now I'm afraid of people being like, oh, this is how you open it. Yeah. And knowing that there's a history of people at Disneyland who's done the most stupidest things, like on it's Small World.
Yeah.
Pirates, like, I wish that information wasn't out, because I didn't know how to, I would not have known how to open it. I really feel like there should have been a cast member walking through, and like you saw in the video, you could see behind, I guess you would say behind the magic, like
Yeah.
the motors and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, in this day of age of like how people are for, likes, clicks, whatever. I mean, I think this was a nightmare to begin with.
It's funny that you say that because I kind of half expected this particular thing to blow up on social media, and I have not seen many other videos. I know that Andrew, you had a little bit of an update, but
I could tell you
thought,
why.
I'm pretty sure I kind of know why, and you can validate it in a moment. But I thought I was gonna see like a bunch of random hidden accounts and faceless accounts posting a bunch of this. So before I continue, why?
Disney's very, very, very quick. Very quick. I laugh because I got one of those messages once, and it was because, what did I post? And it was just, I thought it was harmless, but slapping my hand. Don't take pictures inside the elevator in Club 33, because then Disney will contact you through a DM.
Oh yeah.
And they'll tell
don't
you,
like
hey,
Club
can you
33
please take this
pictures.
off? Da 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 da. It's, you know what? You don't want that side of Disney. I was
Yeah.
like, yes, I will do it. I apologize. I'll never do it again. So they're very quick to go on social media and check out stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe that's what it is, but that doesn't explain why this one's
Yeah.
still up. So,
But also,
I
this
don't
is a
know.
public-facing place. Club 33 is a private place
Yeah, it's a
where
private
they have
club.
rules. This is a
True.
public. I mean, Disneyland is also a private place, and they can do whatever. But
Yes.
when you're in there in a place that the public is allowed to be in, like there's general rules of just like you can film whatever you want. Like it's, yeah,
Unless
I
it's
don't know.
stated.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I read through basically the whole Reddit post, and people are saying like I've heard of this type of evacuation existing, and some people might not even have heard of it in their training because their trainers skipped over it because it is so rare. But supposedly this type of evacuation is supposedly supposed to be reserved for
The worst.
very yeah, bad situations. Like there's a fire, everybody run out of the building now. There's something, where the cast members, people are saying like the cast members aren't first responders, so it's not their job to like save your life if there's a fire or whatever. I'm like, I understand that, but if this wasn't a fire or something life-threatening, I don't understand why the cast members were unable to assist. Maybe they were just trying to get everybody out of there as quick as possible so it could get fixed. I believe the attraction was back up later in the same day. And
that almost makes it worse, by the way.
Right.
I have an additional thing to say when you're
and
done
people,
about that.
they're like, we got out of there. Nobody was outside, like giving us, any sort of, return time or fast pass or whatever. Like it was just kind of like thrown to the wolves. Like if you were a certain kind of person, you could just start going the opposite way to the haunted, I go to your nearest exit. Well, I remember if I go backwards, that's how I got in. So I'm going to go the other way because I don't know where the exit is. Like how there's,
Right.
in theory, there's exit signs, and in this part of the graveyard, you're pretty close to the end. But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but still, like depending on who you are, and you can see like they're stepping on the fake grass and the whatever, which I guess in theory in this situation should be designed to be able to do that in an emergency situation. But like Melissa brought up the keys, like it's safety, show, like all these different things are all kind of not being honored in that sort of way. To you know, I mean, granted, I was not in the situation of the cast members making the decision, and I'm sure somebody higher up than just a regular, you know, cast member, a manager, or somebody had to make this decision to make this happen. But it's wild.
Yeah.
You know what kind of stinks though?
I wasn't there, so I didn't get to do it.
No,
Oh,
I've
that's-
no, I've had the honor of walking the entire mansion, so I'm content. But that's another thing that kind of
Boo
worries
for
me
me.
for people.
Boo for me.
The only thing that kind of worries me is people start walking if they're trying to find the exit, like you were saying, is what if they go into, you know, the endless hallway, or if they wanted to do something else, and it's like that's the kind of stuff that gets me nervous. Like, it had to be dire for them to just say, "Please find the nearest exit," and go from there.
So you both brought up part of what I wanted to say, and that is, in this age of me first on social media, like I said earlier, it's surprising that I haven't seen a lot more videos about this.
Yeah.
And that's part of why I thought, like, especially that the announcement was fake or like kind of imposed on it later, because we're watching this scene.
Sure.
But what about the rest of the mansion?
Right.
There's certain areas of the mansion that are super hard to evacuate from, like the seance room, for instance.
Yeah.
That is one of the trickiest rooms to maneuver because of how it's set up in the mansion, where it's really dangerous, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking on, like, how far back did this go? Who else had to evac? How were there cast members in those areas? Like, what happened? Because did they run out of cast members trying to get everyone else out of the, like, more crucial areas, and maybe that's why they couldn't do it? You know what I mean? So, because when you just look at,
I have a question
sorry, go
for
ahead.
you.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to know if, okay, I'm going to put this question out there. If you were there this day, like, how did you come off the doom buggy if you're facing the opposite way going down into the graveyard?
Okay, so that's another thing, right?
Okay.
Because there's no stairs there.
Nope.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many, like, variables into areas of the mansion that are very dangerous, you know, to trek through. And so I'm wondering if maybe they had enough cast members to go help, like, moving backwards into the graveyard, in the seance room,
Maybe.
in the attic or something. You know what I mean? Because it like, if you're, I almost feel like there's going to be, like, we only saw a snippet. We didn't see the rest of what these people did, right? Like, we don't know if there were people just jumping on top of other areas in the attraction or moving over to the opera singer and getting selfies with them. Like, obviously there's cameras, but if there's nobody there to direct traffic, how many people do you really think are going to just exit the attraction when getting film and getting photos, being evac this way is kind of like a badge of honor almost to Disney fans?
And how many of them are going to get cursed because there's a cursed item in the seance room that you are not meant to touch?
Cursed!
For reals. The table that's on there, you're not meant to touch it at all. That's been the known thing. So
the table, that's right, they're cursed.
I don't know. I wouldn't be touching anything.
That's not
Especially
very
if it's
evil,
not
very
yours.
nice. That's right.
There was a post, and it's, you know, you can never know the validity of people posting on the internet. It says, as a maid, it was an evacuation that turned into an emergency evacuation situation because of a possible fire. At this point, it's unsafe for cast to come into the attraction to assist with evacuations of guests, and it's now a first responder's responsibility. Normally, we would cycle people out of the ride, but since we are already powered down and evacuating, we had to tell everyone to get out of their buggies by themselves and find the nearest exit.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going through. There's a couple different Reddit posts that I'm trying to like cull different stories
Yeah.
together and see if they're the same, what information they have.
Man. Well, I mean, it's sad that it didn't happen to me because I would have loved to have been a part of this. It's sad that it happened in general. I'm glad that it wasn't something bigger, that it wasn't, something tragic in any way. So I'm very happy about that. But like you said, it's hard to believe stuff on the internet these days, especially with how easy it is to use generative AI to pull certain things off. And in this case, you have this video of an evacuation. It's not very difficult to impose that video, superimpose that video that you recorded or had AI add to it or something. All you had to do was tell the AI, say it like this or whatever, So, yeah, I'm glad it wasn't anything much more serious. I am still curious about the other areas of the mansion. So if anybody out there has any information on that, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, there was one post I saw. I was trying to find it this whole time, where somebody said like they had started evacuating with cast members, like, and they saw groups of people led by a cast member like walking by, and then at some point those groups stopped, and then this happened. So I wonder if if they got the tricky people out first before it became an issue. I don't know. That's what I was trying to find, if I'm actually remembering that correctly, but hopefully that's possible. I'm trying to, like, there has to be one other person on the internet that was like, I was also there.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes this so difficult to believe, is that normally you would see, maybe you don't see videos, maybe you don't see photos, but you see comments and you see stories, or you see like people like, okay guys, story time, and then they tell you what happened, right? Like, you're not seeing any of that. And it's so strange to me because some people are chomping at the bit to post that stuff.
Well, and there's like an OC Register article about it, so like they must have done some sort of like at least asking a question. I don't know. I'm still, there's hundreds of comments on this Reddit post, so maybe we'll never know.
Coming to Hulu.
I mean,
this fall.
if they were gonna be like, if people were walking out, like, you would have heard, please be seated, da 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 da, and all that stuff. So, because they're really good with that. So
Yeah.
It's a mystery.
That's what we'll leave it at for now.
Yep.
And then if anybody out there listening or watching has any additional information, send it over. We'd love to hear what mails have gone on as part of all this. Hey, let's keep talking about the Haunted Mansion, but let's actually, this is what we'll end with today. There was information about Halloween time in the parks. I'm assuming Costco already started putting Halloween stuff out, because that's normally when we start getting Halloween information. And if it hasn't, Costco, you're late. If not, Costco, you're late. Disney lapped you on this one.
Yeah.
Looks like there's going to be some changes to Oogie Boogie Bash. It's going to be returning this year from August 18th through October 31st. Same as always, the event goes on from 6 p.m. to 11. I don't know how much ticket prices are going to be just yet. Let me see if I can quickly find them. Starting at $139 per guest. So that's pretty standard. In previous years, it has gone up to like... Yeah, well, right now, if the event dates that they have for August, they range from $139 to $159. In September, they range from $139 to $169. The $169 are Sundays, and the other days are $159. And then in October, it's $179 through $199. Depending on the day, October 31st being the most expensive night for the Halloween party. But the thing that I wanted to talk about is, for the most part, Oogie Boogie Bash is going to be pretty much the same thing as we've seen in previous years. There haven't been any announcements on the villains that are going to be available or if there's going to be any new villains. But I want to talk about this for a second, because what they are adding to Oogie Boogie Bash this year is Madame Leota's Swinging Wake, a Haunted Mansion street party. The description over on the Disney Parks blog says that it will bring familiar and iconic moments from the Haunted Mansion to the streets of California adventure. A new street party will feature multiple show-stopping moments for Madame Leota to host her spirited seance, and Swinging Wake filled with happy haunts, ghostly dancing, ghoulish delight, inviting you to partake in a ghastly good time that beckons all 999 ghosts. This looks awesome.
It looks like fun. It
Yeah.
does.
Didn't they have like the Mickey's version,
Mickey's Boo
the
to You
Boo to
parade.
You?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Didn't they have like a whole segment of Haunted Mansion with like the shovel scrapers and
Yes.
like
You
the grave
you can
diggers
see him
and
right
stuff?
there. There's one next to that guy holding the candelabra. There's a shovel scraper guy right
is
there.
that
The
Ghost
grave
Walt?
digger. It's
Is that
not
Ghost
Ghost
Walt?
Walt. It's a butler.
Oh.
And you can see your favorite Silas. What's his pants over here on the bottom left?
Yeah.
And they have
But-
the dancers, which is awesome.
Yeah, and they got the ballroom dancers. It looks like It looks like we're gonna have some new floats. I wonder if they're gonna bring out the mansion float from Boo to You parade as well
have to.
as these two other.
That's a nice float.
Float. It's a very nice float. These other ones with the stretching room portraits, and we have the coffin in the endless hallway, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
Do we see? Is that tentacles on that? Do you want the one on the right with the endless hallway? Looks like there's tentacles coming out from behind it.
Oh, they're
purple.
making the connection to the sea captain.
I don't think it's tentacles. I think it's the Medusa hair.
I think which are snakes.
They're snakes.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right, because she's a portrait. Duh.
Yeah.
Well, and these are probably double-sided.
Yeah.
These floats. So I'm guessing that there's, multiple, at least the stretching room portraits are probably, the other two are probably on the other side.
Probably.
It does look like, based on this one float, that Umbrella Lady, I don't remember what her name is, she's
Sally.
a person, but then Dynamite Man is a painting.
I have a feeling that they're showing it like this because the portraits are going to come to life.
I think
as
half
it's
of them
going
are. So I
down.
think she is, like, you can see based on her, like, her umbrella is going over the molding of the painting.
Yeah.
And so she's a person standing on this box. But then the Dynamite guy is just a painting.
It
So
would
might
be
get,
cute if
be-
he popped up from the
he might be a
the
video
barrel.
screen or something.
It could be.
Yeah.
I am inclined to believe your theory a little bit more because I think in the parks we've never seen any of the other characters really from the portraits. It's really
Right.
Sally that they tend to bring out for the Halloween parties and special events.
Yeah, I could see on the backside of this the other two, and we have what's her pants sitting on the headstone.
Constance.
Yeah, sitting on the headstone, and then the three guys stacked up are the video screen or the portrait.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the whole reason that this is even happening is because of the Coco construction.
Yeah.
Mm.
So the parade route, they can't do their normal parade route because the backstage is gone. So so they have to do something different, which at least, like, I think this is probably the most, like, the fan favorite section of the parade. Like the scrapey shovel guys, gravedigger guys are, I think, most people's favorite part of the parade.
Yeah. I will say though that just from this concept art, the scrapers are definitely a fun part of it, but I'm really interested to see because we see cast members in dark clothes holding up the like puppeteering the ghosts.
Puppet, yeah.
And if those ghosts are made with like translucent fabric with like some of the same bioluminescent technology that they have in like Avatar and stuff like that, this is the only time you're gonna ever hear me complimenting Avatar, by the way.
Until the
if they're
until the new
using that
land's
like
there, it's
glowing,
gonna be cool.
no. Like I would love to see the glowing ghosts, like how they're gonna pull that off. Like
Yeah.
I have a feeling that
definitely.
those are gonna be really cool to look at.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to that. Obviously the floats. It looks like we have the endless hallway and maybe the coffin that's
That's
opening
the
up as
coffin
part
and
of
the
that.
knight.
Yeah. Yeah, so seeing a live night, I think, would be really cool, and a really nice callback to the like when the mansion first opened. I think would be a really way to pay homage to it.
Madame Leota's got to make an appearance, right? Like, there's got to be a Madame Leota on the
Jamie Lee
backside of
Curtis?
one of these ones. Yeah. If it's called Madame Leota's Bloody Blob, whatever it's called, Swing and Wake, is that what we're calling this?
What if she's just walking around? What if it is Jamie Lee Curtis walking around? She's the one that
Just
sets it all
actually
up.
Jamie Lee Curtis
Jamie
in
Lee
that
Curtis
big like
walking around.
headdress thing.
Yes. What if it is her and she's the one that sets it up?
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great, actually.
I mean,
Maybe we have different people doing it, like kind of like candlelight processional, right?
Oh, but it's different celebrity each night.
But it's different celebrities playing Madame Leota each night.
But only people that have appeared in a Haunted Mansion film.
Yes.
Which is still a lot of people. Tiffany Haddish,
Like Eddie Murphy.
Madame Leota. Yeah.
Who's to say that they can't
Wallace
just make a
Shawn.
snow globe
with
a
Jamie Lee
giant...
Curtis?
No. But I like the OG.
It's like a roll. It's
good.
like the Ursula and like one that's in the parade where it's like somebody's on like a hoverboard and like rolling around. It's just the table as its own little float going around, and she's like,
and she just stops
You
and
know.
stares at someone and just
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That
a
would
table
be
bumping around over the train tracks. The table gets stuck in the tracks.
That'd be so funny.
whoops.
It would be funny seeing just one giant crystal ball, like one
Like
entire
a
float
big inflatable.
dedicated. Yeah, like a big
It's like
inflatable.
Godzilla, Madame
Yeah.
Leota.
It's like those big inflatable things that people use to like walk over like pools and stuff.
Oh yeah, the like big
But it's
clear
just like
hamster
one
ball thing.
Yeah. But they're using that to project Leota the
There we
entire
go.
time. And it's Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay.
I'm a little too excited about
I mean,
that.
Kim
All right.
Irvine is still around.
So is
She
Jennifer
could do
Tilly.
it as well. Angela, yeah. Maybe that it's like candlelight processional. I'm telling you, just have them switch off different days. You have a different Leota. You never know who you're gonna get,
What version?
right? Yeah, and that's what
Um,
makes it special. That's why you have to pay for multiple nights. Disney, just break me off a little bit for that one because that's a
Yeah.
good idea. That's a money making idea. So,
But who is going to
Yeah.
show up on Halloween night?
A projection of the one already in the mansion. It'll be Leota Tombs.
There we go.
Yeah, that's how you cap it all off. That's a special appearance.
That'd be worth.
Was the Queen of
$300.
Hearts part of previous
The Queen of
Oogie
Hearts?
Boogie Bashes? Yeah.
The Queen of Hearts.
Just in the villains
The
float.
Villains Grove, yeah.
Villains Grove? Okay.
And
I was
Villains
looking
Grove,
through-
like one of the sections is like a Alice in Wonderland thing, but she's not
Yeah.
like a character there. It's just like a theme.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking through the rest of the article to see if there were, if they did mention any of the villains, and it doesn't look like they did. They did mention, they showed a picture of Ernesto de la Cruz and then the Sanderson sisters again. And then they talked about Villains Grove with Dr. Facilier and then the Queen of Hearts. But it doesn't say that they're going to be there. It says stroll through dreamlike scenes.
Right, the characters
So
are never
they're just
there.
inspired
No.
by, yeah. Oh, man. Well, again, 33 nights of Oogie Boogie Bash are coming between August, September, and October. Tickets will be on sale starting June 18th, 9 a.m. Make sure that if you're interested that you go see... Oh, they don't have the little running person anymore.
Well, yeah, it's not
In
the
the
little
queue.
running guy.
Yeah. It's something totally different now, but hey. I
Let's
wanna
see.
this
Is anything
parade
else
already.
new? The Headless Horseman will still be riding multiple times a night, so that's
Nice.
don't
I like
worry.
that.
Even though the parade isn't going to be there.
I like that.
This article also has a hamburger with an egg on it. I don't know, that seems about it. Yeah, it's a hamburger. You want to know the hamburger with the egg on it? I got to find it again. Hold on. Paradise Garden Grill will offer a specialty menu items
like
just for
the
the
local
season,
loco.
including chilaquiles, carnitas torta with red chilaquiles, refried beans, avocado spread, queso fresco, pickled onions, and a fried egg served with chips.
And a new churro.
Cocoa-inspired merchandise, including hoodies,
Same
t-shirts,
flavor,
mug.
new colored sugar.
Yeah, but good chilaquiles, Heyzen.
Yum.
I know.
Yum. I want some now.
Yeah.
It's delicious. You know, I was thinking about the Headless Horseman.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember at one point thinking, I think we were doing like an armchair Imagineering thing. And I remember thinking about the Headless Horseman and changing the visual of the character so that instead of like the guy riding the horse with the pumpkin in his hand that was glowing, like I wanted it to be inspired by Ghost Rider, the Marvel comic, like the guy on the motorcycle, Johnny Blaze, where on like the horse you saw the pumpkin, but the pumpkin was on fire. And so that's how he was riding through the streets of Disneyland or California Adventure. I still think we can make it happen. We have the technology. We can rebuild. It's just a bunch of fans and some cool fabric that's like flapping in the wind. So I think we can make it happen. Some nice little LEDs and stuff. And we can steal some of the Avatar lights because they're not going to need them. That land's
For
not going to
now.
last. That land's not gonna last. All right, that's a good place to end for today. Andrew,
Yeah.
show us your shirt.
Oh, this is a new one. This is the one I talked about last week. This is a Big Al shirt. It says Country Bear Jamboree. There's Big Al right there. His big fat face.
That's big.
There he is. And then on the bottom it says the Country Bears at Walt Disney World. Something. Engage in something. I can't read it. It's upside down. On the back is Max Buff and Melvin.
Oh, nice.
Which is fun. This is made by the Instagram is Single Rider.
Okay.
They also sent me these little stickers. There's a little sticker, a little figment with Single Rider, and this little like kid with like a Mickey ears, and it says Single Rider. Anyway, this shirt's pretty fun. I like it. It's comfy. It's got Big Al's big face on it. I also like it that it's screen printed like basically all the way to the edges, which doesn't happen a lot in the larger shirts.
I was gonna say that is a really nice screen print.
It is.
Yeah. So it's yeah. So like normally like when you get that, like they make one size and it's like if you got to make it fit on the small one, and then if you get on the 2X, 3X, it's kind of small. So I'm very happy with it. Good shirt.
That's cool. You know, it's funny that you mentioned that because when I was designing like the stuff for the gear section, like for our merchandise, that was one thing that I didn't like about other people's merchandise. And so I was actively trying to figure out sizing for different shirts so that each one had like a different size that catered to the size of whatever it was being put on. After a while, it was really difficult to do, but now that you're mentioning it, I feel like it's going to be something that I'm going to over obsess about and I'm going to go back and fix at some point. So, all right, that's it. That's going to wrap it up. Until next time, keep dreaming, keep moving forward, and always remember to pass on the magic. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.